Pirouette. Okay. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at Fireball Pirouette, which is a spray sealant ceramic-y thing from Fireball. It's weird, the name makes me think detailer for some reason, and that's why I've always sort of looked at it but not looked at it, and the price. But this has become highly requested multiple times by more than one person. A lot of people were quite adamant that I get this in and try it out. But before we get into anything else, disclosure time, this was sent to me by Carzilla. I did not pay for it. There is no links to them. I have no kickback program or nothing. I do a lot of shopping there because they're very close and they have an awesome selection and they have been great with customer service. So that's the spiel, that's the stick. I didn't buy it, they sent it. I am grateful for the support that they've given the channel, but I'm not, pushing anyone anywhere or getting kickbacks on it. So that's that out of the way. This is an interesting guy. Fireball is a Korean brand, and we're going to see a few more Korean brands in the next few bits. But I have only used this once on a detail. I was going to coat the car, but the car had to go to the body shop. Recent accident within the time of already scheduling the detail. So I just put this on instead after it showed up, and basically said, once you get fixed up, then come back after a couple months and we'll coat the car and just come back from where we started. So I just put this on that car, but I even have a chance to check the hydrophobics on it because it stayed in the garage the entire time. So this test is really the first time I've actually put water on the thing and seen it. So I was curious to see how it would do in the filling, the durability and that kind of stuff. A lot of these products can be pretty good initially. It's just the long run, where do they go? Yeah, so I was very curious about this, especially because it's a bit spendy. Yeah, enough rambling. Let's get into the application, gloss and fill, hydrophobic chemical resistance. Meet back here for the conclusion. All right, up next is Fireball Pirouette, which has the English instructions up here, and I'll get into this later. It's white on chrome. I wish there was a little more contrast to it, but it's pretty straightforward. Shake well. Yeah, nothing too crazy. They say apply it to the cloth. This has a pretty chemical-y smell to it. There's something in there that smells like they were trying to make it smell more like a fresh scent or a detergent-y sort of thing, like a fresh detergent scent. I don't know how to describe that. But the chemical really punches through, so this is definitely at least a medium strength smell. Interestingly enough, this and a few other products I have in from a company I'm not going to name yet, and a couple other brands all from a similar region have similar smells. I don't know why that is, but a lot of these guys have a similar kind of base scent, which means it's potentially that they have similar base chemistry, but that's speculation on my part. I can't take that to the bank. So yeah, it's almost flash just in the immediate. They basically say wipe it until it's glossy, but they don't say anything about flipping. But I can see now that it is technically flash, but I'm going to flip just to see how the slickness kind of goes on this guy. And oh, slickness is quite good. Not the peak of peaks, but better than edible, which I just applied right before this one. So spoiler alert, movie magic. Yeah, it's pretty slick. It's slicker than ADBL and Sonax for sure. It's a little thicker when you're applying it, but it wasn't a drag to spread around. Like, it was nice enough to move and all that kind of stuff. So some weird spots. This paint. Oh boy, this paint. The spots. Whatever. Yeah, application's not too bad. Upper averages, I'm going to say. Upper averages for sure. straightforward instructions, straightforward sort of things. Like, you know, don't apply it in the sun, don't apply to hot panels. Spread on the cloth, wipe it in, buff. Like, pretty straightforward. No grabbiness that's going to throw you off. The slickness on the flip is nice. The smell's got some chooch to it, so even if you're doing a whole car in a small space, kind of like my garage, it's definitely going to be a lingering odor to it. But overall, yeah, and it's slicker on the finger. Not much slicker, but it's slicker on the finger than ADBL, and definitely Sonex as well. So, yeah, anyway, moving on. All right, we've got Fireball Pirouette right here, untouched and fully polished, which is actually looking fully polished this time around. So apologies, I figured out a way that works better. Some of the videos, it's not that good, but we'll remove the tape and have a gander. There, you might see a couple fingerprints or something, just ignore those. That is reality. It definitely darkened more. This top area isn't as swirly as the other side, so of course, I gotta figure out how you set up this camera. But it's definitely darkened it. Hang on. Yeah, that's better. One ambient light. So it's definitely darkened it, and you can see it in person. This panel just doesn't seem quite as swirly in the top half in person when I go between the two sides. I don't know what I did to the other side, but I really got her good. But it is better by a good, you know, the darkening effect is quite good. So again, the application on this is not the easiest one. It's definitely not a top ranker in that regard. And that filling performance is quite decent for what it is. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that looks improvement. That's more than the average of like 3 to 4 out of 10. Just gonna say right now. So yeah, pretty impressive. But yeah, moving on. So we're back. Pretty strong showing in a lot of areas. Hydrophobics, chemical resistance, and filling. It did quite well. So let's get into the numbers. First number is not a great one, is the price. Although I didn't buy this, I can still feel the sting of $45 or so for a 500 ml bottle. I don't have real world durability on this yet, so you know, in a shop environment, that's quite spendy. But you know, if it lasts, it might be a worthwhile investment. You know, you get quite a few cars that are one of these if you're, you know, working in a thin and light sort of way. But no way around it. It's a 3 out of 10 on the price, because anything over $40, it's getting pretty serious. So that's that. Application and slickness, I sort of talk about these together. Application's very straightforward. The higher slickness score helps application, but they are independent. I'm giving it 8 out of 10 because, again, it's a very simple spray and wipe, and it flashed away before even flipping. So I was quite impressed with that. And the slickness is higher. It's higher than ADBL and Sonax, especially Sonax, while still having that really good fill characteristics and hydrophobics. So I thought that was this has a really nice compromise in its application and its fill, because that seems to be a correlation. Again, I'm not going to say it's a rule, but it seems to be that products are harder to apply, fill more, and vice versa. So I think this struck a better balance than maybe ADBL did when it comes to how hard it is to use versus, or how slick it is versus its filling ratio, I guess you could say. Moving on, that's an 8 to 7. Hydrophobics is a 10. It's another tenner. Spoiler alert, there's going to be a few more high numbers coming up in the next two guys. But definitely found the hydrophobics quite good on this. And the chemical resistance is a 9 out of 10. It did give up in a couple little spots there, although very consistent for the majority. If there's any little weaknesses, any reduction, that can't be a 10. 10 is ceramic coating, where it just shrugs it off. It doesn't matter how many times you hit ceramic coatings with chemicals, majority of them will shrug it right off. If they're not shrugging it off after like 4 or 5 hits from like a chemical like this, don't buy that coating. I don't know what to say. But yeah, these guys, to get a 10, they can't take any dip in chemical resistance. And although this and ADBL and those, maybe the other guys, I should stop spoiling things. They did take a little dip here. So it's getting a 9. It's a really high 9, okay? You can give it a 9.9 on your scorecard at home, but I'm giving it a 9. Filling performance, as I mentioned earlier, was quite decent for the higher slickness rating. So I'm giving it a 6. I think it did quite well. It was well above average for what we've been seeing for some of these products. And I'd be very happy with those kinds of results. For a quick spray and wipe type product, to jet it like that and really fill those things in was quite good. So very good there. Happy with that. Bottle and trigger, although the bottle, I didn't find any issues with it. The ridges on it are, I guess, they're comfortable. I haven't done a whole car with it, so I can't really say too much, but I will say that the trigger is an on and off style. And again, I don't, you know, maybe these ship with different triggers in different areas, or they don't ship with one at all. It's just supplied by whoever you buy it from. I like a variable head. So you need a variable head to get a 2 out of 2 on bottle and trigger. And it can't be like a ridiculous bottle, although most aren't. So it's getting a 1 out of 2 because it's not an adjustable head. Label is a 2 out of 2 with a big asterisk, which is, the asterisk is chrome on white. That's, depending on your background, it can be very hard to read it. So, you know, on the white background, I can barely read it. If I put it in front of something darker, then I can read it better. So it's a little finicky there, but they have very clear instructions with a little description of what the product is and then how to use it. So good job on the label. That's all you need. Label is the easiest 2 points you can get. Just make it basic, clear. Tell me what the thing is. Tell me the simplest, easiest way to use it. And you're getting 2 points. So a lot of people can't seem to do that, but they did. So 2 points there. So if we tally this up, we are at 46 out of 64. Now, if you want to give it that point back for the hydrophobics, or chemical resistance, I should say, then you could be at 47, but I'm not. It's a good showing. Lost a lot of points in price. That could be import stuff. That could be, you know, there's a Korean brand, so it's got to come from Korea at some point. And that hurts all brands that don't have production facilities on specific continents. And yes, I am using my pricing and my availability for my reviews on the products that I have and I test in my cars and garage. Surprise, surprise, I'm using my variables. I can only control for my variables. I'm not going to take all the prices in the market and then do a mean average on it. You use your own pricing and you can just look at my results. I'm giving you the results to look at, and you can weigh it your own way, but you're looking at it through a camera versus me judging it from my eyeballs. So that's how that goes. Little rant, but seen some comments that, you know, you can subtract the price column off the chart and then just use that. You can copy it into your own thingy and just take the prices out, and then you'll just look at raw performance and you don't care about cost. Surprise, surprise, it will eventually creep up when you're just like, wow, why did I spend $55 on 250 ml product like luster? So that's that. It's a good showing from Pirouette. Good compromises in a lot of areas. Again, the price is a bit of a sore point for me, but you know, if someone wanted a really solid product that was not going to be a burden to use and had a bit more of the slickness, like this is an easy recommendation if they've got the budget for it. So happy I've tried it. Thank you for everyone who kept suggesting it. I'm happy I've tried it. I don't know if I'll ever restock it. I don't know if I'll ever get through it. I never seem to, but it is a solid product. And I think if you're looking for something that's a spray that seems to be stout, again, we haven't done real world testing yet. This looks like a solid option. Some people have been commenting that it lasts well for them, so take that for what it's worth. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.